Chapter 21 Ning Fengzhi #039, S Breakthrough Opportunity. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 21, Ning Fengzhi's Shot at Greatness. Since Ning Fengzhi was already a higher level than Ning Rongrong, he processed the 9th grade Ziji much faster. The other three waited quietly, and in about half an hour, Ning Fengzhi woke up. How do you feel, Fengzhi? Douluo asked immediately. Ning Fengzhi didn't answer right away. Instead, he held out his hand, which glowed with a vibrant light. A glazed pagoda materialized in his palm. Ning Xiao, Ning Rongrong, Sword Douluo, and Douluo crowded around him. Okay, let's see. Still 7 floors. What gives? Ning Rongrong counted them, disappointed to see it was still a 7-story, 7-colored, 7-treasure glazed pagoda. So, all that fancy stuff didn't do anything. That can't be right, Sword Douluo frowned. That 9th grade Ziji's supposed to be the real deal. It didn't help at all. It doesn't look different, Ning Fengzhi said, a hint of excitement in his voice, but I think I just might have a shot at breaking through. What? Sword Douluo and Douluo were floored. Each floor of the 7 treasures glazed pagoda represents 1 soul ring. The 7 treasures glazed tile school is capped at level 79, its biggest limitation. Ning Fengzhi was exceptionally talented, hitting level 79 over a decade ago, but that's where he stalled out, despite the 7 treasure glazed tile school's deep pockets, and all the rare and wonderful treasures Ning Fengzhi had tried. He was never able to bust through that ceiling, but now he sensed an opening. Dad, does this mean you can get to level 80? Ning Rongrong asked, excited for him. Awesome, Fengzhi, finally. Feels like just yesterday I was helping you snag a spirit ring. Oh wait, it was over 10 years ago. I'm itching to see what your 8th spirit ability will be. Sword Douluo sounded ready to grab a spirit beast and throw it at Ning Fengzhi. Hang tight, Uncle Jian. I've got a good feeling I'll hit level 80 within the year, Ning Fengzhi said confidently. Shower, you just dropped a bomb on me. Name your price, kid. Anything, and it's yours. Ning Fengzhi grabbed Ning Xiao's shoulders, too excited to realize how hard he was squeezing. Whoops, sorry, my bad. Seeing Ning Xiao's face, Ning Fengzhi quickly let go and sheepishly apologized. No sweat, Uncle Ning. It was nothing, Ning Xiao said, rubbing his shoulders. Ning Xiao was genuinely pleased that Ning Fengzhi could become a soul Douluo. It paid back the favor, and now he had an even stronger safety net. With an 8th ring, Ning Fengzhi could take Sword Douluo and Douluo to another level, a triple threat to be reckoned with. Too bad the jelly had no effect on Sword Douluo and Douluo, their levels were too high for it to make a difference. If they could get a power boost, it would be an even greater guarantee of his safety. 3 title Douluo, plus Ning Fengzhi with 8 rings. That was enough, Ning Xiao believed, to avoid disaster in a few years. Grandpa Jian, Grandpa Bone, you're already title Douluo, so run-of-the-mill herbs won't do much for you. But I found some potent stuff in Senior Dugu's garden, whipped up some poison, and wanted to give it to you. Ning Xiao reached into his storage bracelet and pulled out 4 small, purple balls, each about the size of a ping-pong ball. Sword Douluo and Douluo took 2 each, eyes wide with curiosity. The toxins concentrated in these balls. Just a little soul power triggers it, unleashing a cloud of deadly mist. I made it from 7 different poisonous plants, plus the venom of Senior Dugu's jade phosphorus snake emperor. I call it poison-killing culpa. It probably won't kill a title Douluo outright, but even a whiff will mess with their senses. In a fight between title Douluo, even a slight edge can turn the tide, right? It was a potent poison, and if a soul sage or soul Douluo were hit by it, it would dissolve into a pool of sludge in a matter of minutes. Too bad he had so little of it, and he was handing it all over to the 2 title Douluo. Sword Douluo and Douluo were speechless. A toxin that could affect title Douluo? That was nothing to sneeze at. Xiao, I can't believe you learned this much from Brother Dugu in just a year, Sword Douluo complimented. He assumed Ning Xiao had learned it from Dugu. Ning Xiao didn't correct him, it was as good an explanation as any. Grandpa Jian, Grandpa Bone, I also have 2 vials of antidote. If you use poison shajie, just take a swig, and you'll be fine. Ning Xiao produced 2 more jade vials and gave them to the titled Douluo, who accepted them without hesitation. Ning Xiao's homecoming had been full of surprises. Ning Rongrong's martial spirit was upgraded, they'd gotten a special move, and they'd brought back the number 3 title Douluo for the sect. Grandpa Sword, Grandpa Bone, Ning Rongrong called out. I hit level 22. You didn't forget about me, did you? Everyone was taken aback for a moment, then burst out laughing. Huh, forget about my little princess Rongrong? Never. Your second spirit ring? Bone Douluo's taking you to find one. Bone Douluo roared with laughter. Second spirit ring? Ning Fengzhi said, looking thoughtful. What's up, Fengzhi? Sword Douluo asked. Normally, the limit for someone's first and second spirit rings is 423 and 764 years respectively, but Xiao broke that rule a long time ago. I've been studying this the past 2 years, and maybe we shouldn't be stuck in the past. When Rongrong absorbed her first spirit ring, she said it was a breeze, which tells us she's got a stronger constitution than most people. My guess is her second ring could handle around 820 years. But now that her 7 treasures glazed pagoda has evolved into the 9 treasures glazed tile pagoda, it's an all-around upgrade, which should boost her spirit ring endurance even more. Maybe we should shoot for 900 years, or even 1,000. Ning Fengzhi spoke with conviction. Stalled at level 79, Ning Fengzhi had turned his attention to theory and had become a master, and Ning Xiao's Millennium First Soul Ring 2 years ago had been a shock to conventional wisdom. Since then, Ning Fengzhi had been focusing on studying the knowledge of the Age of Soul Rings, which gave him a unique insight in this regard. 1,000-year spirit ring. Ning Rongrong's eyes lit up. Ning Xiao stared at Ning Fengzhi, surprised that he was willing to take such a risk. Fengzhi, if you're sure, then I'll find the perfect ring for Rongrong, Bone Douluo promised. Uncle Gu, I'm coming with you. Rongrong's martial spirit has changed, so I'm not totally clear on her current physical state. I'll go and see if she can handle absorbing a 1,000-year ring, Ning Fengzhi decided. Chapter 22 Outside the Shrek Academy, watching Zhu and waiting for the rabbit. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Outside the rundown village sat a weathered wooden table manned by a farmer-like old man. A long, grumbling line of parents and kids snaked out from it. This is supposed to be a school. Dad, no way, this place is a dump. Seriously? I'm basically a junior college genius. This is beneath me. Mom, let's check out some other schools. Are you kidding me? This is the legendary Shrek Academy, the place that supposedly makes you a viscount. This looks like a joke. Hold on, maybe it's a test. The real academy has to be somewhere else. The old man at the desk, dressed like he'd just wandered in from the fields, barely glanced at the grumbling line. Cha-ching, he thought. This could be a good day. His eyes drifted to 2 fancy carriages parked nearby. Moon-white, decked out with jewels, they screamed high society. Wonder where those big shots came from. Maybe they're here for Shrek. If so, jackpot. Could mean a big donation. But if they're looking for trouble, they picked the wrong academy. Small as we are, we don't take crap from anyone. He was puzzled, but since they weren't causing a scene, he wasn't going to either. Shrek Academy didn't need that kind of attention. The kid walked up to the table. The old man looked over and, pointing to a wooden box, drawled, 10 gold soul coins. Drop it in the box. The kid's dad forked over the cash. Hand. The kid held out his hand, the old man squeezed his wrist, then shook his head. Too old. Next. The kid froze. His dad jumped in, teacher, he just turned 13. Can't you make an exception? Move it along. Regulations are regulations, under 13 only, no exceptions. The old man waved him off impatiently. So, our money. No refunds. Outrageous. The dad blew a fuse. This is a scam. Give me back my money or I'm not leaving. I knew this Shrek place was a dump. The old man chuckled and called out to a nearby tree, "Mubai. We got a troublemaker. Handle it." A handsome guy in a white robe leaped from the tree. Without a word, he stomped the ground. 3 soul rings materialized around him, 2 yellow, 1 purple. An invisible pressure silenced the crowd. Want your money back? Come and get it. The dad who just paid beat a hasty retreat, dragging his son with him. The scene cleared out a good chunk of the line. Anyone with kids over 13 weren't about to throw away 10 gold soul coins. That's a small fortune. Ning Xiao, you said there were some hotshots here, guys you wanted for your team. Is that him? He's barely older than us and he's already a soul master. Impressive. The sweet voice floated from one of the carriages. Nah, not him. He's got talent, sure, but I'm not a fan. We'll wait. I hear Shrek only takes monsters. Maybe we'll find some real talent. Then we'll steal M. Another, younger voice chuckled. You're terrible, Ning Xiao. Poaching students from other schools. Aren't you afraid their teachers will come after you? The girl's voice tinkled like a silver bell, but there was a thrill of excitement in her tone. She was definitely in on the scheme. The carriages held Ning Xiao and his partner, Ning Rongrong, for years had flown by. Both Ning Xiao and Ning Rongrong were now 12, Ning Fengzhi had finally made his breakthrough. His 7-treasure glazed tile pagoda had become an 8-treasure glazed tile pagoda, and he'd gained his 8th spirit ring. Ning Fengzhi had been talented to begin with, but 10 years of frustration had been holding him back. Once he became a contra, his cultivation skyrocketed to level 86 in just a few years. He could now assist 3-titled Douluo in a fight with no problem. The 7-treasure glazed tile school had a major power boost. Ning Fengzhi kept his breakthrough a secret, never revealing his true strength. Everyone still thought of him as the 7-ring soul sage. Ning Fengzhi intended to take his school to the next level, recruiting talent and building a Liuli academy to train young geniuses. In a few years, the Pangaea continent would host the Soul Master Academy Elite Tournament. Ning Fengzhi was hoping that Liuli Academy could make a name for itself and attract even more talent at the competition. Ning Xiao, Ning Rongrong, and Douluo Yan were the first students at Liuli Academy. Ning Xiao, the attack type, was the captain, and Douluo Yan, the control type, was the vice-captain. 7 Treasure City, home of the 7-treasure glazed tile sect, wasn't far from Tiando City. When Douluo Yan visited Tiando City, she met a girl named Yi Lingling. Yi Lingling had planned to enroll in Tiando Royal Academy, but Douluo Yan convinced her to come to Liuli Academy instead. Liuli Academy was backed by the 7-treasure glazed tile sect, with the most advanced training for support-type soul masters. It was too tempting. Yi Lingling, with her 9-star begonia martial soul, was drawn to the holy land of support soul masters. Ning Xiao knew that Yi Lingling had extraordinary talent, so he gave her the 8-petal immortal orchid, which was beneficial to support soul masters. After absorbing the orchid, Yi Lingling felt so good that she almost offered herself to Ning Xiao. Besides the 4 official members, Ning Xiao's Liuli team also had 5 reserve members: Ning Hao of the Qibao Glazed Tower, Fang Suo of the Changxiong, Su Haikua of the Lone Wolf, Zhao Yi of Chasing the Wind Leopard, and Lu Qiqi of the Xianjing Dagger. All around 20 years old, they were all at least level 35 soul masters. Talented, yes, but not quite the top tier. Ning Xiao had his eyes on several other candidates: Feng Xiaotian, Huo Wu, Huo Wushuang, Yu Tianheng, Yu Tianxin, Shui Binger. All amazing talents. If he could get them together on one team, their strength would be terrifying. Too bad they were either tied to other families or too hard to find. He couldn't recruit any of them. Ning Xiao had been in Soto City for months, waiting for Shrek Academy's enrollment day. His plan: to lie in wait. End of this chapter. Chapter 23. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There were still a few people trickling in to sign up, but after Li Yusong, the Soul Emperor, flashed his soul rings, most got spooked and stormed off. The line for registration had dwindled to maybe a dozen people. Ning Xiao scanned the remaining applicants and easily spotted a girl in black with a killer figure. Showtime, Ning Xiao said with a smile. He also picked out Tang San and Xiao Wu. They were taller than most kids their age. Adults might have missed them in a crowd, but now that the line had thinned, they stood out. Let's go. Our contact's here. Ning Xiao said something to Ning Rongrong, then hopped out of the carriage. Whoa, people murmured. Everyone noticed the two fancy carriages. It was pretty strange to see vehicles like that parked by such a dumpy academy. Then, a boy and a girl strolled out. The young man was tall and imposing, his silver robes embroidered with pearls and jade. He had a natural air of wealth and elegance. His face was always relaxed and smiling, and his striking good looks made other guys look like chopped liver. The girl, in a sapphire blue dress, was as poised and elegant as a little princess. She followed him gracefully, every smile and glance radiant. What a perfect couple, that the people in line were totally captivated and started showering them with compliments. Dai Mubai sized up Ning Rongrong with a lustful glint in his eyes. She was a knockout, no doubt about it, but the girl in black, though usually icy, felt a little tension melt away when she saw Ning Xiao. Boss Xiao, Miss Rongrong. Boss Xiao, Miss Rongrong. Ning Xiao. Seeing them arrive, the four young people guarding the carriage hurried over. The door of the other carriage swung open, and three girls piled out, joining Ning Xiao. Li Yusong felt a headache coming on seeing this whole crew of rich kids show up. He didn't want to get sideways with the nobility and hoped they weren't here to stir up trouble. While he registered the next applicant, Li Yusong kept an eye on the group. He breathed a sigh of relief when he saw they were heading to the back of the line. Not him. If they were just signing up, it wasn't his problem if someone poached them. Until they'd been tested, who knew what kind of talent they had, anyway? Shrek Academy had crazy high standards. What did it matter if someone else scooped up the rejects? Hey, gorgeous. Mind if I chat you up? Ning Xiao went straight to Zhu Zhuqing at the end of the line and laid on the charm. Normally, Zhu Zhuqing wouldn't give a line like that the time of day. But the guy in front of her was strikingly handsome, and she decided to play along. Sure, Zhu Zhuqing said, not one for small talk. Dai Mubai's eyes had been glued to Ning Xiao and his group. When he saw who Ning Xiao was after, he froze. That's. Dai Mubai stared intently at Zhu Zhuqing. He couldn't believe she was here. If Ning Xiao was hitting on anyone else, he wouldn't care if they ran off with him. But with Zhu Zhuqing standing right there, he couldn't let him take her. She was his fiancée. Dai Mubai's fists clenched. He was radiating anger, scaring the kid at the registration table. Mubai, what's wrong? Li Yusong frowned. He couldn't figure out why Dai Mubai was losing it. Snapping back to reality, Dai Mubai reined in his temper, but his eyes remained fixed on Zhu Zhuqing. Ning Rongrong looked Zhu Zhuqing up and down. Ning Xiao was here to find talent. If Ning Xiao was interested, she had to be special. But Ning Rongrong didn't see anything remarkable. This girl is hot. Is Ning Xiao crushing on her? No way. He's mine. Ning Rongrong felt a surge of jealousy, between Du Guyan and Yi Lingling already vying for Ning Xiao's attention, and now this bombshell. She was worried someone would steal him. A woman's intuition is never wrong, and Zhu Zhuqing sensed the hostility radiating from Ning Rongrong. What's her problem? I didn't do anything. Ning Xiao was oblivious to the tension. He was too busy introducing himself to Zhu Zhuqing. Hi, I'm Ning Xiao, and this is my crew. We're from Liuli Academy. I see you're here to sign up, so you're probably looking for a top-tier Soul Master Academy. Maybe I can offer you a better option. Liuli Academy. Zhu Zhuqing searched her memory. None of the more famous academies of the two empires rang a bell. I can tell you're incredibly talented. Someone like you can't afford to waste time. You've probably heard good things about Shrek Academy, but just look at this dump. Can it really give you the best training? I doubt they even have the basics. Ning Xiao said. What kind of academy is Liuli? Zhu Zhuqing asked, intrigued. A college that will make you stronger. A college that will set you free. Zhu Zhuqing shivered when she heard the words, fate. It was a chain holding her back. Zhu Zhuqing had been fighting to break free from it, and now, someone was telling her they could help. Dai Mubai had been eavesdropping, even from a distance. He heard the conversation. Liuli Academy. Some tiny no-name academy poaching from him. Not on his watch. The dean said that a soul master who wasn't willing to cause trouble wasn't worth his salt. They were the ones who made the trouble, not the other way around. Dai Mubai stomped forward, face contorted in anger. You've got some nerve. Don't you know this is Shrek Academy's recruiting day? Trying to steal our recruits is a straight-up insult. Dai Mubai was fuming, his aura so intense it made the teenagers in line shake with fear. Tang San was also startled by Dai Mubai's outburst. He'd met Dai Mubai before and knew he was usually pretty chill, so this didn't make sense. Is the big perv crushing on that girl? Jealous much? Xiao San, look, they're about to throw down. Tang San was confused, but Xiao Wu knew exactly what was happening. She was practically bouncing with excitement. Dai Mubai had brought a pair of twins to compete with her for a room, so Xiao Wu was still holding a grudge. She was all for seeing him get his butt kicked. Li Yusong felt a major headache coming on. He didn't like the look of these people. If things got out of hand, he couldn't handle it. Li Yusong bolted for the academy to get Zhao Wuji to intervene. End of this chapter. Chapter 24 Conflict. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 24 Conflict. Hold it right there. Dai Mubai was seeing red. These guys were trying to snatch his fiancée right in front of him, totally unacceptable. Whoa. This soul venerables ticked off. Those dudes are in deep trouble. Soul venerables are crazy strong. Don't let that big dude wrestling with the other big dude fool ya. He ain't got nothing on a soul venerable. Let's get out of here. If this soul venerable's anger spills over on us, we're toast. Suddenly, the few parents still waiting to register grabbed their kids and dove for cover in the roadside bushes. Xiao Wu was bouncing with excitement, ready to cheer him on, but Tang San yanked her back. Hey! What's the big idea? Xiao Wu whined. Xiao Wu, don't start anything. Those guys look serious. Let's just watch. Tang San's voice was firm. Fine. Xiao Wu's bunny ears drooped, muttering under her breath. She was a ball of energy, but she usually listened to Tang San. They stood by the side of the road, Tang San's eyes glowing with a faint purple light, studying Ning Xiao and his crew. These guys are stronger than me. This could be a problem. Dai Mubai's 1000-year spirit ring skill is pretty impressive, but is it enough? Tang San was worried. His teacher, Yu Xiaogang, had recommended him to Shrek Academy, so he figured Dai Mubai would be a classmate. Tang San always looked out for his own, *click star. A tiny sound came from inside Tang San's sleeve, like something had been triggered. Dai Mubai's face was burning with rage as he stomped forward. As he moved, 2 yellow and 1 purple soul rings appeared, and his body started to change. He grew taller, his hands thickened, and white fur sprouted on his skin. You got some nerve trying to poach Shrek Academy students at the gate of Shrek Academy. You got a death wish. Dai Mubai roared, letting the power of those 3 spirit rings add to the pressure. He was a force to be reckoned with. Hey, Boss Xiao, this guy's way out of line. Let me put him in his place. A bulky young guy behind Ning Xiao, his name was Fengzhi, Wuhun Awakening, a potential Liuli team member, was itching for a fight. Ning Xiao held up a hand to stop Fengzhi. He turned to face Dai Mubai, a smirk on his face. Who are you again? Ning Xiao drawled. Dai Mubai hated that look in Ning Xiao's eyes. It reminded him too much of his older brother, always so cynical and annoying. Remember this, my name is Dai Mubai. Dai Mubai thundered. Oh, right, young Master Dai. Wasn't it just the other day I heard you took over 10 women to the Rose restaurant? Now that's what I call a party. Ning Xiao grinned. 10 women. What a tiger. Xiao Wu gasped. Tang San facepalmed, cringing. His sweet, innocent Xiao Wu seemed to know way too much. Gross. Zhu Zhuqing turned away from Dai Mubai, looking disgusted. Is this really worth it? Zhu Zhuqing wondered, hadn't she come all this way to whip her fiancé into shape and fight their destiny together? But every time she pictured him with a harem of women, she felt sick to her stomach. Ning Xiao's comment threw Dai Mubai into a panic. Normally, Dai Mubai would brag about his exploits to Ma Hongjun and Oscar, puffed up with pride. But with Zhu Zhuqing here, he couldn't own up to any of it. That's a low blow. You're soul masters, right? Let's settle this like soul masters. You want a duel? If you win, I'll forget this whole insult, but if you lose, get lost. Dai Mubai was desperate to change the subject with a duel. Zhu Zhuqing was even more disappointed by Dai Mubai's behavior. He was still trying to lie to her. Did he really think she didn't know anything about his history before coming to Shrek Academy? Ning Xiao, if you can beat him, I'll go to Liuli Academy with you. Zhu Zhuqing snapped. Deal. Ning Xiao grinned. Boss Xiao, let me at him. I've been wanting to wipe that smirk off his face for a while now. Feng Suo was eager to jump in. Boss Xiao, I'm level 37, pick me. I'll crush this arrogant jerk. Zhao Yi chimed in. Lu Qiqi looked ready to rumble, and even Du Guyan was itching to join the fight. If Ning Rongrong wasn't stuck being a support, she'd be in on it too. I'll take it. Ning Xiao raised his hand. Feng Suo and the others exchanged shocked glances. No way, Boss Xiao, you want to fight this guy yourself? He's just a soul venerable, you're way too strong for that. Feng Suo stammered. Ning Rongrong was the youngest of the 9, and Ning Xiao was second to last, but everyone still looked up to Ning Xiao as the boss. It wasn't just his background, but his strength that made everyone respect him. Heh, this is gonna be good. I can't wait to see what you've got, Ning Xiao. Lu Qiqi purred. Dai Mubai frowned at Ning Xiao. He'd expected Feng Suo, the muscle of the group, to step up, but instead it was Ning Xiao, the nobleman. You sure you want to do this? Dai Mubai asked, unsure. Absolutely. Miss Chu wants to see what Liuli Academy is made of, and I'm happy to give you a first-hand demonstration. Ning Xiao smiled sweetly, but his words only made Dai Mubai angrier. Dai Mubai's face darkened. Fine. If you're looking for a beating, I'm happy to oblige. Dai Mubai, level 37 battle spirit venerable, Wuhun White Tiger. Watch yourself. Ning Xiao rolled his eyes. The dueling etiquette in these parts was ridiculous. Why did you have to announce your level before a fight? Still, Ning Xiao decided to play along, slowly raising his hands in a fighting stance. Ning Xiao, level 35 War Soul Master, Wuhun Chaos Sword. Ning Xiao spoke calmly as the Chaos Sword appeared in his hand, followed by 3 soul rings. The force of his power slammed into Dai Mubai like a freight train. When the conflict broke out at the school gate, Li Yusong dashed into the academy to find Zhao Wuji. Zhao Wuji raced out. What in the world? Are some fancy-pants nobles trying to mess with Shrek Academy? Barak Academy came sniffing around the other day, and now we got these rich punks thinking they can waltz in here. Do they really think we're a bunch of pushovers? Flender's out of town, so that makes me the boss. Time to teach these guys a lesson. That a beefy figure came charging across the academy grounds, yelling as he ran. Here we go again. Is Boss Dai about to start another brawl? Cha-ching. Looks like my recovery sausages will be flying off the shelves again. And this time it's some nobleman. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a killing. Elsewhere, a scruffy-looking guy with messy hair broke into a sprint towards the academy entrance. They arrived just in time to see Ning Xiao unleashing his soul rings. Their jaws dropped. Purple, black. End of this chapter. Chapter 25. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 2 purple, 1 black. The second purple soul ring was particularly dark, almost black. Everyone was stunned by such an incredible soul ring setup. The pressure coming off him was even more intense than Dai Mubai's. Parents huddled their kids down in the grass, trembling, afraid to even peek. Whoa! Zhu Zhuqing gasped, covering her mouth, her eyes wide with shock. Is this his power? How did Liuli Academy manage to produce such a terrifying genius, that she stared at Ning Xiao's 3 soul rings, completely floored. He said he could help me escape my fate, maybe it's not just talk. The sight of those 3 soul rings had a huge impact, making her seriously consider Ning Xiao's words. Maybe Liuli Academy is a better fit for me than Shrek Academy. Doubt started to creep into Zhu Zhuqing's mind. Xiao Wuji, now seriously ticked off, abruptly stopped in front of the academy gates. This is a monster. Shrek Academy had been around for decades, always billing itself as a school for monsters, only recruiting the most freakishly talented students, but standing next to this young guy with his insane soul rings, who was the real monster. He's the one Boss Dai's gonna fight? Seriously? That's messed up, Oscar muttered, stunned. He'd planned to watch Dai Mubai beat him down and then sell him some overpriced sausages. Now, Oscar figured his sausages weren't gonna sell. That soul ring setup, how is that even possible? The teacher said you can only handle a 1,000-year soul ring when you hit level 30, or you'll die. But his first and second soul rings are both 1,000-year rings, and the third one's 10,000-year? This completely goes against the teacher's theories, that even Tang San, usually so calm, was thrown for a loop. 6 years ago, he'd become the student of Yu Xiaogang, a famous soul master theorist, and had soaked up all his knowledge. He believed in the master's theories. But now, this freak of nature was blowing everything he knew out of the water, and Tang San was having a hard time processing it. Xiao Wu was too shocked to say anything. When a 10,000-year soul beast dies, the soul residue creates a soul shock when the soul master absorbs the ring. You can't handle that shock below level 50. So how? Then, her eyes narrowed. Unless 3 intelligent spirit beasts sacrificed their rings to him. She looked at Ning Xiao in surprise, wondering how he could possibly convince 3 spirit beasts to sacrifice themselves for him. While the onlookers were feeling the pressure, Dai Mubai, standing right in the middle of it, was breaking out in a cold sweat. Those are some scary soul rings. You're strong. But I can't lose this, not for Zhu Qing. I still have an advantage. I'm a higher level. It's not over yet. Let's go. Undaunted, Dai Mubai activated his 3rd spirit ring, unleashing his white tiger Vajra transformation and massively boosting his power. Even though I've seen Boss Xiao's soul rings a million times, they still blow me away every time, one of the Liuli Academy members said. They were the only ones who could keep their cool, they were focused on the battle. For them, watching Ning Xiao fight was like a visual feast. Dai Mubai thinks he can go head-to-head with Boss Xiao. He's way overestimating himself. Boss Xiao might be a weapon spirit master, but he hits harder than most strength-type beast spirit masters. My Zhangxiong spirit is all about power, and I still get my butt kicked every time I try to match Boss Xiao's strength, Feng Sua said dismissively, already picturing the outcome. Brother Ning Xiao is so awesome. My spirit's a sword too, so why am I so far behind him? Lu Qiqi said, her eyes sparkling. You don't have a sword, it's a freaking dagger. You can't compare. Ning Xiao is an agility-based attacker, Du Guyen snapped, realizing that, after joining the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School, her rivals were everywhere. Especially Lu Qiqi, who always used the excuse of seeking advice to get close to Ning Xiao. Lu Qiqi just rolled her eyes at Du Guyen. A dagger is still a knife. Dai Mubai roared and lunged at Ning Xiao, tiger claws extended. With the white tiger Vajra transformation juicing him up, his palms could crush bone. Ning Xiao smirked, circulating his soul power and moving with impossible speed, raising his blade to meet the attack. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch a normal attack, triggering a critical strike effect, currently causing double power. Bang! That the clash of blade and claw unleashed a wave of soul power that sent the spectators tumbling, scaring them half to death. One knife. One claw, one of them went flying and landed 10 meters away, spitting blood and collapsing to one knee. Dai Mubai lost the first exchange. Whoa! That's insane power. I've fought Dai Mubai before. Once he uses his third spirit ability, I need hidden weapons if I want to win. But Ning Xiao just sent him flying. And it didn't even look like Ning Xiao used a soul skill, did he? Tang San, observing with his purple demon eye, was taken aback. Zhu Zhuqing was speechless. Was this what it was like being on the Liuli team? She felt a burning desire to join them. She wanted to become stronger, and an academy that could produce geniuses like Ning Xiao was sure to help her. Ning Xiao looked coldly at Dai Mubai, not seeing him as a threat. Dai Mubai definitely had talent, but without the fairy grass, he couldn't hold a candle to him. Ning Xiao's own power had gone through the roof these last 4 years. Host, Ning Xiao. Original weapon, Chaos Sword. Level 35. Cultivation method, none. Spirit Ring, first. Soul Ring, 3,503 years, second Spirit Ring, 9999. Third Soul Ring, 23,458. Soul Skill, first Soul Skill, Phantom Tribulation, second Soul Skill, Frightening Half-Moon Tribulation, third Soul Skill, Explosive Killing Earth-Breaking Tribulation. Soul Bone, External Soul Bone, Cloud Bat Wing, Trunk Soul Bone, Earth Grey Bear Soul Bone. Soul Bone Skill, Trunk Soul Bone, Power of the Earth. The world that has been opened, Douluo continent. Explanation, every time you use your natal weapon to attack, you must be critically hit. There is a high probability of causing large damage, continuous damage, and fear effects. There is a small chance of a critical strike and an extra drop. Ning Xiao's soul power was pure, making it harder to level up, but he still hit level 35. His second and third soul rings had been 3,000 and 10,000 years old when he'd absorbed them. He had then used the soul rings dropped from his critical strikes to boost them to their current level. He'd also gotten lucky and had a soul bone drop, so, even though Ning Xiao was only a Hunzhen, if he combined the external soul bone with the critical hit system, he could take on even ordinary soul emperors. Chapter 26 Confident Tang Xiao 3. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Edited content. Cough. Dai Mubai stared at Ning Xiao, horrified and in disbelief. I actually lost. At 15, level 37, with the white tiger spirit, he was unmatched among his peers, yet today, someone with less spiritual power had taken him down with a single move, even after he used his strongest third spirit ability. This was a major blow to Dai Mubai's confidence. Boss Dai lost? How could that guy be so strong? Oscar panicked and rushed to Dai Mubai's side, helping him up. Tang San's expression turned serious. Ning Xiao's effortless strike had made him feel immense pressure. This guy is strong. What's his spirit? It's more terrifying than the hammer in my left hand. Wait a minute, this Ning Xiao's first and second spirit rings are millennium level, and his third is 10,000 years. That shouldn't be possible. I think I know why you didn't let me attach a spirit ring to my hammer. Tang San realized something. If he was right, Ning Xiao wasn't so scary after all. Dai Mubai's defeat had been too quick. He'd expected a real fight, but it was a total blowout. Roar! 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 Go, Boss Xiao! The Liuli team cheered loudly, along with others who'd been hiding in the grass. So strong! What academy are they from? Mom, I want to go there. Dai Mubai is a Shrek student. What a joke. So much for Shrek Academy. The kids looked at Ning Xiao with admiration and Shrek with disappointment. Zhao Wou-ki grimaced, hearing the comments. He couldn't argue. Dai Mubai had been instantly defeated, but Shrek Academy had lost face, which infuriated Zhao Wuji as its vice principal. Dai Mubai, you lost, Ning Xiao said flatly, his words like a hammer blow. Dai Mubai slammed the ground in frustration, forced to accept defeat. Brother Dai. Tang San approached, a smile on his face. Don't be so down. It's not your fault. Supported by Oscar, Dai Mubai stood up, looking at Tang San suspiciously. Don't bother trying to make me feel better, Tang San. I lost. That Ning Xiao is my age, but he crushed me. I was completely outmatched. No, you lost the battle, but not because of your strength, it's because of his talent. If Ning Xiao only had one spirit like you, he wouldn't stand a chance. Tang San knew that Dai Mubai was a good guy, someone worth having as a friend, and didn't want him to get discouraged. Dai Mubai felt a flicker of gratitude. You don't have to persuade me. I lost. He stopped, realizing what Tang San was implying. His face brightened. Are you saying he has more than one spirit? Exactly. Did you notice his first 2 rings are millennium level, and the third is 10,000 years old? It is impossible without a second spirit, the soul master's body can't handle it. He must have another spirit, and he must have attached another spirit ring first. Adding a spirit ring will improve the spirit master's body in all directions. After a certain level, adding a spirit ring to the second spirit ring will achieve the same effect as Ning Xiao. Tang San's theory made perfect sense to him. Anyone else would be baffled by Ning Xiao's ring setup, but Tang San had twin spirits himself. It was a shame Ning Xiao had wasted such a good twin spirit. Imagine how powerful he'd be if his first ring was 10,000 years old. Instead, he'd wasted 2 ring slots on millennium rings. Tang San shook his head, no longer seeing Ning Xiao as a threat. With twin spirits, he believed he'd be far stronger if his second spirits were all 10,000-year rings. Dai Mubai felt much better, even looking at Ning Xiao with a hint of disdain. 2 spirits, but his cultivation is so slow. He looks to be my age. 6 rings, but only level 35. I'll surpass him in no time. Sure, you're strong, but your cultivation is too slow. Just wait a few years. With my talent, I'll be much higher level than you. Then your strength at the same level won't matter. Dai Mubai's spirits lifted. He now looked at Ning Xiao with contempt. A twin spirit with such slow progress was a waste, not even worthy of being his enemy. Ning Xiao hadn't heard Tang San's words, or realized Dai Mubai's thoughts. The fairy herbs were too powerful, making him seem older than he was. He walked up to Zhu Zhuqing and said, Zhu Zhuqing, I beat Dai Mubai, as you asked. So you'll keep your promise, right? Yes. Zhu Zhuqing nodded. Yay. Zhuqing, welcome. I'm Lu Qiqi, Dagger of Xianjing, an agility attack soul master. We're partners now. Little brother Ning Xiao traveled all the way to Barak Kingdom, waiting for geniuses to show up, and it finally happened. Lu Qiqi zoomed up to Zhu Zhuqing, full of enthusiasm. Welcome. Welcome. Hi Zhuqing, I'm Ning Rongrong, 9 Treasures Glazed Tile Pagoda. We're the same age and will be sisters now. The others warmly welcomed Zhu Zhuqing, too. Even Ning Rongrong, who felt threatened, gave her a warm hug. Zhu Zhuqing was overwhelmed by the enthusiasm but felt at peace in this friendly atmosphere. She glanced at Ning Rongrong, 9 Treasures Glazed Tile Pagoda. Was that related to the top auxiliary spirit on the mainland? Alright, Zhu Zhuqing joining is great. Let's go to Suatua City. My treat. Ning Xiao laughed. Awesome. Boss Zhao's gonna get us a feast. Miss Rongrong, don't reach for your wallet. Boss Xiao said he's paying. Everyone laughed and chattered, ready to leave when a voice shouted from behind. Hold it right there. You think you can just come and go as you please? Is Shrek Academy a joke? Chapter 27 Challenge. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 27, The Gauntlet. Zhao Wuji was seeing red. Shrek Academy's whole deal is protecting its own, and now some punks were trying to run roughshod over his students right in front of him. As the vice principal, Zhao Wuji couldn't just stand by. Plus, these rich kids were trying to stir up trouble during enrollment, scaring off potential students who were ready to pony up the cash. Someone had to answer for the hit to the academy's wallet. Hearing Zhao Wuji's roar, Ning Xiao stopped and turned to face him. He saw a beefy, furious middle-aged man. Even without seeing his spirit, the pressure was intense. Ning Xiao frowned, already guessing who this was. So that's the immovable king, Zhao Wuji, mister, take a beating. Looks the part, all right. What's your problem? Ning Xiao asked, his tone even. He wasn't intimidated by the fact that Zhao Wuji was a soul sage. He'd seen way stronger, like title Douluo, so a soul sage didn't faze him. This guy's got serious power, way more than that registration teacher. Tang-san was impressed. That's Vice Principal Zhao Wuji, a level 76 soul sage with a beast spirit, Oscar chimed in. He's second only to the principal in terms of strength. Dai Mubai had filled Oscar in on Tang-san and Xiao Wu, figuring they were shoo-ins for the academy and future classmates, so Oscar was being extra friendly. Oh boy, Zhao's about to lay down the law. Those rich kids are toast. Cha-ching. Oscar's eyes practically turned into dollar signs. Dai Mubai shot Oscar a look. They had just gotten beat up and all he can think about is business. Talk about inappropriate. Wow, level 76. That's heavy, Tang-san said, taking a deep breath. Hey, big sausage, are there any contras or higher at the academy? Xiao Wu asked. Dai Mubai said that Oscar is a student of Shrek Academy, but she still calls him Big Sausage. Oscar sighed, patiently explaining, contras aren't exactly a dime a dozen, you know. Our strongest is the principal, a level 78 soul sage. Good, good, Xiao Wu mumbled under her breath. What's that, Xiao Wu? Tang-san asked suspiciously. Nothing. Look, little San, they're about to throw down. Xiao Wu quickly changed the subject. Without any contras around, Xiao Wu could chill at Shrek Academy without sweating. A contra might figure out who she is, and a title Douluo definitely would. As it is, she can lay low. Xiao Wu sauntered forward, ready to enjoy the show. Watching a soul sage beat people up should be a blast. You little punks, Mubai lost because he wasn't strong enough, not because of Shrek Academy. As a teacher here, I gotta defend the school's honor. Come at me all at once, I won't hold back. I won't use my 6th or 7th soul skills. If you can last for one incense stick's worth of time, I'll pretend this whole thing never happened. Otherwise, you're gonna be guests of Shrek Academy for a while. Zhao Wuji's voice was low and threatening as he unleashed his spirit. The 7 soul rings brought the pressure down hard, turning everyone pale. Hey, Zhao's got bad eyes. Xiao Wu was all excited to watch the fight, until Zhao Wuji's words ruined her mood. 7 soul rings, is he a soul sage? The people still there to sign up took one look and scattered. This was soul sage level stuff, way too much for them to handle. Soul sage, the members of Team Liuli tensed up. Boss Xiao, let's do it. All 9 of us. We can take him. Fengzhi said, his voice thick with anticipation. Yeah, it's been too long since a good fight. To run into such a strong soul sage today, let's show him what Team Liuli is made of. Su Haikwa was itching for a fight. Alright, if you guys are up for it, let's practice a little. Formation, go. Ning Xiao barked the order. If he chickened out now, what kind of soul master would he be? Everyone snapped into action, forming their battle formation 3 rows deep. Front row is a hard-hitting attack team, control in the center, fast-moving attack on both sides, support in the back. That's the spirit. If you weren't all so old, I'd try to recruit you to Shrek Academy. Zhao Wuji loved a good fight, and Ning Xiao's response got him fired up. It was true, most of Team Liuli were past the age limit, only Ning Rongrong looked under 13, making her eligible for Shrek Academy. Everyone else, including Ning Xiao, looked too old. Of course, Ning Xiao's true age didn't match his appearance, but the others were definitely pushing the limits. Fengzhi was the oldest, at 22. In 2 years, for the Soul Master Academy Classic competition, he would be 24, the age limit for the competition. Zhao Yesu and Lu Qiqi were both 20, Ning Hao, Du Guyan, and Yi Lingling were 18 or 19. Everyone activated their spirits. The front line of attackers, Fang Suo, Su Haikua, and Ning Xiao, transformed into a massive bear, a lone wolf, and the one god blade, respectively. The soul ring setups were yellow-yellow-purple-purple, yellow-yellow-purple, and purple. Purple-black. In the center, Du Guyan was shrouded in a cloud of eerie green poison gas. Her soul ring setup was yellow-yellow-purple. On the flanks, Lu Qiqi and Zhao Yi summoned their spirits, the Xianjing dagger and the wind-chasing leopard, respectively. Their soul rings were all yellow-yellow-purple. 7 treasures emerge from glazed tile. 9 treasures emerge from glazed tile. 9 heart begonia. The support trio in the rear were not to be underestimated. Ning Rongrong and Ning Hao had nearly identical spirits. But their soul ring setups are different. Huang Zizi and Huang Zi. Yi Lingling was the most advanced of the 3. She had consumed the 8-petal immortal orchid, boosting her cultivation far beyond Ning Rongrong's. Yi Lingling had even reached the soul sect. Her soul rings were yellow and purple. Wow, 3 soul sects, including 2 from the 7 treasure glazed tile school. This team is legit. Zhao Wuji was taken aback by the sight of their spirits. He had just said he wouldn't use his 6th and 7th soul skills. Don't want to go down easy. It would be a shame if the boat capsized. Hold on, Ning Xiao. Just as Ning Xiao was about to make his move, a voice called out from behind. Ning Xiao glanced over his shoulder. It was Zhu Zhuqing. I'm part of the Liuli Academy too. You haven't told me what I should do. Zhu Zhuqing's voice was cold as ice. Right, you're one of us now. You and Qiqi take the left flank. Ning Xiao assigned her a position. Miao. Zhu Zhuqing walked silently to Lu Qiqi's side and activated her spirit, the ghost civet spirit, with a single yellow soul ring. Chapter 29. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 29. Zhao Wou-ki shook his head, having just fended off Team Liuli's initial attack. Just as Tang San had predicted, Zhao Wou-ki's plan was simply to stand firm, identify weaknesses, and exploit them systematically. He hadn't earned the nickname Immovable King for nothing. Defense was his strong suit, impeccable defense. Without budging an inch, Zhao Wou-ki glanced at Ning Xiao, remarking, "That kid's spirit is weird, it can make me dizzy. Must be a side effect of his soul skills. Gotta watch out for him." He stood firm, his soul power surging, an unshakable mountain. Boom, boom, star. Fang Suo and Su Haikua relentlessly pounded Zhao Wou-ki, unleashing powerful soul skill after powerful soul skill in a ferocious, breathtaking barrage. They fought like cornered animals, taking hits just to land their own. Despite being at a much higher level, Zhao Wou-ki found himself tied down by the pair. Nether Claw Barrage. Ghost Spike. Zhu Zhuqing and the other speed-based attackers circled Zhao Wou-ki. The 40% speed boost made it impossible for him to deal with them. They would launch attacks at unpredictable moments, preventing Zhao Wou-ki from advancing. Gravity Crush. Gravity Hold. With his 3rd and 5th soul skills, Zhao Wou-ki unleashed a crushing pressure. Everyone felt incredibly heavy, slowing the speed-based attackers significantly. Heavy. Even at a distance, Tang San felt the pressure bearing down. Zhao's weakness is speed. The other team's using that against him. Good thing he has those skills to even things out. Zhao Wou-ki chuckled. Alright, you little brats, you can't just run around forever. I've let you play for a while, now it's my turn. He stretched out his hands, his soul power erupting. Xiao Wu just pouted at his words, but didn't reply. Bang, bang. Seizing his opportunity under the crushing gravity, Zhao Wou-ki slammed Fang Suo and Su Haikua with a palm each, sending them flying backward, coughing up blood from their serious injuries. You two are done for. This fight's over for you. Go take a seat. Zhao Wou-ki glanced at the incense. Only half of it was burned, so a lot of time was still left. With the two heavy hitters out of the picture, only Ning Xiao was a threat, and the three speedsters weren't much to worry about. Zhao Wou-ki felt victory was at hand. Really? Su Haikua wiped blood from the corner of his mouth, seemingly unfazed by the excruciating pain. Zhao Wou-ki sneered. His strikes hadn't been fatal, but the two were definitely badly injured. They wouldn't be getting back in the fight. Unfortunately for him, things didn't go as planned. 9 Heart Begonia, Heal. Ning Rongrong and Ning Xiao glowed with colorful light, especially dazzling. But the girl in the white dress just stood quietly, easy to overlook. Her voice, cold and clear, rang out, and a holy aura enveloped Team Liuli, instantly healing all their wounds. Fang Sua and Haikua were back on their feet, good as new. Even Zhu Zhuqing's sore fingers, from striking Zhao Wou-ki, felt fine. What? A healing spirit master? That's insane healing power. Zhao Wou-ki looked like he'd seen a ghost. He'd seen healers before, but never anything like this. The advantage he'd fought so hard to gain had vanished in an instant. What kind of spirit gives her such crazy healing abilities? The teacher never mentioned anything like this. Tang-san was equally baffled. He considered Yu Xiaogang his teacher and had a strong theoretical knowledge, but he couldn't recognize that spirit. Oscar was also distracted by the commotion behind Team Liuli. His gaze was drawn, not to Yi Lingling, but to the dazzling Ning Rongrong. A goddess. He was captivated, his soul bewitched. Senior Zhao Wou-ki, you're certainly strong. But Team Liuli isn't a pushover. The real battle starts now. Let's see if you live up to your immovable king title. Just a heads up, you should probably go all out. You said you'd only use your first 5 soul skills, but that doesn't matter. Ning Xiao's words made Zhao Wou-ki frown. If he had to go all out to beat a bunch of kids, he might as well give up the soul master thing now. Rongrong, Yen, now. Ning Xiao shouted. 9 treasures, amplify, 3rd, soul. Ning Rongrong moved, buffing Duguyen, boosting her soul power by 40%. Duguyen felt the surging power and sneered. Ignoring a control-type soul master is a fatal mistake. With a flick of her hands, the jade phosphorus snake spirit coiled around her, and a cloud of purplish-black mist erupted from its mouth. Her 3rd soul skill, jade phosphorus purple poison enhancement, jade phosphorus mixed poison. The mist engulfed Zhao Wou-ki in a heartbeat. Poison? She's using poison as a control method? Her spirit's a snake, so it makes sense. Tang-san frowned, smelling the fishy scent in the air. It's not just snake venom. It's the green phosphorus 5 poisons: snake, toad, centipede, scorpion, and gecko. Highly potent stuff. Tang-san was a master of poison himself, and he immediately recognized the components of Duguyen's toxic cloud. Then, he caught a whiff of something else, a poison he couldn't identify. Wait, not 5. 6. Tang-san's expression changed. He wouldn't be afraid of just the jade phosphorus snake venom. He knew thousands of ways to neutralize it, like adding realgar and wine. Even the mixed venom of jade phosphorus and the 5 poisons could be neutralized with a little research, but this unknown toxin threw him for a loop. Get back. Don't breathe this air, Tang-san yelled, grabbing Xiao Wu and dragging her back. Dai Mubai, though unsure why, trusted Tang-san's judgment and pulled Oscar back with him. Tang-san sensed the danger of the poisonous mist. Even outside the cloud, the air was poisonous. Duguyen tossed her teammates antidote pills, protecting them from the poison. Poison? Zhao Wou-ki had no one to give him an antidote, but he was a soul sage, with plenty of combat experience. He quickly sealed off his sense of smell and used his soul power to try and disperse the mist. Think you can just hold your breath? My poison isn't just airborne. Duguyen's beautiful face turned cold. She manipulated the already spreading poison, squeezing it all toward Zhao Wou-ki. Chapter 30. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 30. The toxin is now compressed, making it even more potent. Damn, this poison even corrodes soul power. I tried my best to get rid of the toxin, but it still seeped in through my skin. My soul power barrier kept it from being fatal, but it's definitely slowing me down and messing with my senses. Xiao Wuji's face tightened as he poured more soul power into fighting off the poison. Dugu Yan might only be a soul sect, over 30 levels below soul sage Xiao Wuji, but poison doesn't care about soul power levels. Even an ordinary person could whip up a killer poison capable of taking down a title Douluo, and Dugu Yan's poison right now is way stronger than it was when she first appeared in the original story. Ning Xiao remembered that Tang San had used realgar and wine to neutralize Dugu Yan's snake venom, setting off a chain of events. That's why Ning Xiao really stepped up Dugu Yan's training. After she ate the Youxiang Qilua immortal herb, Dugu Yan became immune to all poisons. Her soul bone stores all the toxins, so no amount of poison can hurt her. Ning Xiao hunted down super poisonous soul beasts, like scorpions, centipedes, toads, and geckos, extracted their toxins, mixed them with medicine, and combined them with Dugu Yan's biphosphorus snake venom to create the 5 poisons. Plus, her second soul ring came from a crystal-winged cloud bat, giving her the cloud bat poison. When it came to toxins, even her grandfather, poison Douluo Dugu Bo, couldn't hold a candle to her. Dugu Bo wouldn't dare mess with his own body like that without the Youxiang Qilua immortal herb. Brothers, he's been poisoned. Pile on him, Ning Xiao yelled, and Fang Sua, Su Haikua, and the others charged at Xiao Wuji. They knew how nasty Dugu Yan's poison was. Even with Xiao Wuji's massive soul power, he was gonna be hurting. Soul skills rained down on Xiao Wuji, punctuated by the sounds of impact. Wou-ki had to use a ton of soul power just to keep the toxin at bay, so fighting off Fang Sua and the others wasn't nearly as easy as it was before. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch the second soul skill, Shocking Half-Moon Calamity, which triggers a critical strike effect, and currently causes a paralysis effect, which lasts for 30 seconds. Ning Xiao wasn't about to miss this opportunity, laying into Xiao Wuji with the Chaos Sword. Ning Xiao's second soul skill was a long-range attack, locking onto the target and unleashing a crescent-shaped slash. The skill also hit the target's body and soul. After Ning Xiao stabbed him, Xiao Wuji felt his mind go fuzzy for a second. And the critical hit made him feel like he was being electrocuted, his body going numb. Bang, bang, bang. Meowed at the others jumped on the chance, too, and ganged up on Xiao Wuji. 6 people attacking at once was too much for him. Damn it, who hit me in the face? You little punk, just wait till I get my hands on you. Crap, you trying to kill me with that foot? Wou-ki stood his ground, his amazing defense on full display. They kept hitting him, but all they managed to do was leave him a little bruised and swollen. He wasn't really hurt. Xiao Wuji was a man of his word. He said he wouldn't use his 6th and 7th soul skills, and he didn't. But while he was getting beat down, Wou-ki sure did complain. The incense stick was 2/3 burned. You think Teacher Xiao's okay? Oscar asked, looking worried. Probably. Mr. Xiao hasn't even used his 6th and 7th soul skills, Dai Mubai said uncertainly. Even saying that, Dai Mubai was still worried. 6 people attacking at once was enough to make anyone's skin crawl. After a while, Zhu Zhuqing pulled out of the fight. Her soul power was the weakest, and her 2 soul skills couldn't break through Xiao Wuji's defense. She just ended up with sore fingers from scratching. Su Haikua, Xiao Yi, and Lu Qiqi weren't doing any real damage to Xiao Wuji either. Only Fang Sua, with his higher level, and Ning Xiao, with his brute strength, managed to make Wou-ki wince. Wou-ki's defense hadn't broken, but the barrage of attacks had pushed him back at least 30 feet. Then, Ning Xiao realized that Wou-ki was now only about 40 yards away from Tang San, Xiao Wu, and the others who were watching. Perfect. I'll cut Xiao Wu with my sword. Maybe I can get a 10-year spirit ring or spirit bone. A glint flashed in Ning Xiao's eyes, and he maneuvered while attacking Xiao Wuji. Now, Ning Xiao, Xiao Wuji, and Xiao Wu were in a straight line, and Ning Xiao was less than 15 feet from Xiao Wuji. Ning Xiao channeled his soul power, and his 3rd soul ring, the black 10,000-year ring, pulsed with light. Ning Xiao gripped the chaos sword, and instead of swinging at Zhao Wuji, he slashed at the ground. Third soul skill, explosive killing earth splitter. 7 treasure glaze tile. School distraction control method, 7 aperture exquisite heart. Zhao's about to pull out his trick. Get back! Fang Suo saw what Ning Xiao was up to, yelled a warning, and bolted. The others scattered, too. Boom! A deafening roar exploded as cone-shaped thorns shot up from the ground in front of Ning Xiao. The area of effect was huge, covering about 60 by 150 feet and rising 6 feet high. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch the third soul skill, explosive killing earth sundering, hits the target Zhao Wuji, triggers a critical strike effect, and currently causes a silence effect, and forcibly interrupts the target skill. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch the third soul skill Blast Kill Lidaji, hits the target Dai Mubai, triggers the critical strike effect, and currently causes a burning effect, which lasts for 1 minute. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch the third soul skill Explosive Killing Earthbreaker, hits the target Oscar, triggers the critical strike effect, and currently causes double damage. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch the third soul skill Explosive Killing Earthbreaker, hits the target Tang San, triggers a critical strike effect, and currently causes an additional drop, and obtains the Shantian treasure record. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch the third soul skill Explosive Killing Earthbreaker, hits the target Xiao Wu, triggers a critical strike effect, and currently causes a stun effect for 1 second. One massive attack hit 5 people. This kind of wide-range attack didn't trigger the same critical hit on everyone, but different effects based on the target. That's the crazy power of a 10,000-year soul skill, a group attack, but it also drained his energy like crazy. Thanks to the 7 treasure glaze tile school's distraction control method, Ning Xiao had maxed out his 7 aperture exquisite heart, letting him control his soul power output and conserve energy, of course, with over 1,000 ground thorns. Ning Xiao couldn't precisely fine-tune the soul power output for each one. He could only control the output in certain areas, blasting soul power in some spots and barely using any in others. Like right now, the zone where Xiao Wou-ki was standing was the main target, so it got the full force of the attack. As for Xiao Wu and the others, Ning Xiao was just hitting them as an afterthought, so he only used a little soul power, and the ground thorns weren't as strong. End of this chapter.